Anthem Biosciences IPO is here. It is showing all the signs of getting oversubscribed. The GMP is currently at 100 rupees, indicating a listing gain of 17%. Anthem Biosciences is India's fastest growing CRDMO company, and its IPO is starting on 14th July and ends on 16th July. Anthem IPO details are shown in the screen right now. This IPO is purely OFS, which means that every single rupee from the IPO proceeds are taken by the promoter who are selling their 2.17% stakes. But is it worth your investment? Let's break it down in this video and simplify so that you can make an informed decision. If you are new to this channel, I am Harshit Shetty, AMFI registered mutual fund distributor, investment mentor, coach, and founder of WhatsApp based investment community, which helps the investors across the country to make an informed decision. You are welcome to join my WhatsApp community. Link given in the description. Check it out below. So let's come back to the topic. Anthem Biosciences IPO. So what does this company do? Anthem Biosciences is a contract research, development, and manufacturing organization, and it has created its own niche in this business. It helps global pharma companies for their drug discovery and development. As of March 2024, it has served more than 550 clients across 44 countries, including giants like US, Europe, and Japan. So how is financial quality, growth, and valuation of this company? Average ROE of this company stands a staggering 21% in last 3 years. Average ROCE of this company stands as 21.8% in last 3 years. Debt to equity ratio is excellent, which is only 0.1%, which is a very great sign for this company. EBITDA margins are at 32%, and it also reported positive cash flows in the last 3 years. These are very strong numbers, especially for a biotech player who is scaling aggressively. So what does the growth story says about? Anthem Biotech has grown its revenue at a rate of 32% CAGR in last 3 years, but the net profit margins has taken a hit. It is growing at only 8% CAGR in last 3 years. While all these top lines have impressive figures, margins are experiencing real pressure here. So what about the valuation now? At the upper price band of 570 rupees, this IPO is valued at a price to earning ratio of 71 times, and price to booking ratio stands at 13 times. When compared to the peers are trading at a price to earning ratio of 90 times and price to book ratio of 13 times. This says that at earnings front, this IPO is cheaper, but when compared to price to book value, this IPO is tad bit expensive. In a broader pharma vertical, this IPO stands very expensive. So how did anchor investors react to this IPO? Anthem Biosciences IPO has raised 1016 crores from the big short anchor investors. This shows strong institutional confidence ahead of this IPO. Key anchor investors include Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, PineBridge Global, HDFC Mutual Fund, Axis Mutual Fund, ICICI Mutual Funds, Motilal Oswal Mutual Funds, and many more. This large participation shows how confident these institutional investors are on this IPO. And at the same time, at least one of your mutual fund houses might have invested in this IPO well ahead of time. This strong participation often reflects the confidence in this particular company's business, governance, and future growth outlook. This also boosts the confidence and sentiments of retail investors and HNI investors. So what are the strengths and weaknesses of this IPO? So let's talk about strengths first. Anthem Biosciences is the fastest growing CRDMO company to cross 1000 crores in revenue, and as I said before, it has grown its revenue at a rate of 32% CAGR in last 3 years. Its strong focus on R&D capabilities, automated manufacturing with high regulatory compliance, specialized APIs are its strong strengths. Along with this super strong strengths, here comes some of its weaknesses in the company. Margins are seeing so much of pressure and bringing down the profitability, lagging behind the revenue. High client concentration is very risky. A small regulatory changes can eat a bulk of its revenue. A little expensive valuation compared to the pharma spaces are some of its weaknesses. So how does the future growth look like? The CRDMO space is growing at a high growth pace, and most of the pharma and biotech companies are outsourcing their manufacturing and R&D services, which places this company at a very good position. Following are the factors which are going to benefit Anthem Biosciences: Indian push for API independency, rising demand in biologics and biosimilarities, global need for cost-effective and regulatory compliance manufacturing are some of the factors which is going to position this particular company in a great spot to grab a big chunk of this growing space. But here for Anthem Biosciences, efficiency, innovation, and pricing are the real differentiators for its future growth. And having said that, here comes the most important part of this video, the GMP. The current GMP as on 13th July stands between 95 rupees to 100 rupees, which puts the listing price approximately approximately between 660 to 670. The IPO has grown from 66 rupees a week ago to 100 rupees today. And if this IPO lists at 670 rupees, it is going to be a strong 17% listing gains for all the investors who are lucky to get their allotments in this IPO. So what is my view on this IPO? If you are a long-term investor and having good conviction on this biotech industry, Anthem could be a great fit for your portfolio, given its tech-driven approach, global reach, and a deep R&D focus. However, if you are looking at listing gains, then you should be concerned about its higher valuation and flat profit growth. You should be evaluating your risk thoroughly. Analyze the IPO top to bottom and long-term conviction before subscribing to this IPO. Though the GMP is showing a strong listing gains, but GMP cannot be trusted. You could wait for its third day of subscription figures to understand whether this IPO is heading in the right direction. So are you going to invest in this IPO? Why and why not? Let me know in the comment section. Like this video if you found this video helpful. Share this video with someone who is confused whether to invest in this IPO or not. Subscribe for no nonsense IPO analysis, mutual fund insights and investment content. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for post listing strategies soon.